Wow. I don't know why it started me on mute. Like I didn't ask it to do that. Thank you for telling me you couldn't hear me. I'll say it all over again. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Oof, do you hear that crackalack? Sorry I'm late. I was editing one of the reactions that'll go up. Not next week, this week. I don't know. I don't know. Vegas threw me off entirely. Hey everyone. Hi Lee. Hi Leo. I said hi Leo already, but you didn't hear me. Hey Atomic. My Connecticut ride or die. What is she selling? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I was editing the next Roberto, hello. So the next reaction that's going up for found footage February, because Vegas messed me up. I'm saying again, I don't know if you guys heard me the first time because the audio wasn't working, but Vegas completely threw off my schedule. I had to go to Vegas for work. And I brought my laptop with me, and of like the, 12 hours I spent traveling, I probably only edited for like 3 hours. Like on the plane, I mean. So I did not get much done. Melissa's here. Hello. And I feel like I've been so MIA. And I'm feeling under the weather. I meant to grab a tea, but I have this energy drink instead, and it's hurting my throat. I feel like I'm repeating myself because I am, but I can't remember what I said when I was on mute. For anyone that jumped in the first couple seconds, I was on mute. Hey guys, Vegas messed him up, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just keep saying the same thing over and over again. But I got to meet Cubbyholes in Vegas for 5 seconds. These work trips that I go on, like no one understands how actually like time consuming and exhausting they are. Like my job crams like 5 days worth of meetings and conferences into about a day and a half. A little over a day and a half. So they usually want us to land, let's say land on Tuesday, like afternoon, immediately check in and go right to the first conference. Like you check in at the hotel, drop your stuff off, go back down, register with the collective, they call it, get your things, go to the conference room. It's about 4 or 5 hours of conferences. And then there's a meet and greet dinner that night. After the meet and greet dinner, it's like 10 p.m. You go to sleep, you wake up the next morning, and you've got like an optional breakfast, which is nice. But then there's breakfast meetings, and the meetings, oh my God, I need to stop talking with my hands because these freaking fireworks and thumbs up and stuff. But it's about, I think, what is it? Like 11 or 12 hours of mandatory meetings, a lunch meeting, more conferences, seminars, a mandatory like formal gala. There's an after party. And then of course, usually everyone wants to go out after the after party, which we did. Then you wake up the next day and it's the same thing for about half a day. Well, after that next half a day is when I took my bags. I checked into another hotel. They got our room wrong, messed that up. We had to uncheck out, check back in, move rooms, which was like a whole different building. And in the meantime, I'm supposed to be hanging out with Cubbyholes. So I'm trying to plan when I'm going to meet him as all this is happening. And by the time I'm like, okay, I'm on my way, he's like, cool, meet me, we'll get pizza. We basically learned after that we should have had the pizza and the drinks and everything ready to go. And I just meet him and we hang out, because what happened was we met up, ordered the pizza, waited for the pizza, got the pizza, walked, I don't know, 15 minutes. It felt like an hour back to where he was staying, watched 45 minutes, not even worth of like Child's Play. And then I was like, I got to go. Like I have other plans now. If these fireworks go off one more time, I swear to God. And yeah, it was like rush. And I felt bad. And then we get to the gate. I'll tell the Cubbyhole story, the gate story in a second. Glad to be able to make this week's stream. It's definitely what I needed after having some health issues and spending the day in the ER. No, Lee, are you all right? Lee, don't do that. I prefer you on mute. You nasty bitch. I prefer me on mute too. Did I stumble into a work seminar? Yeah, you did. Oops. Hi. Bite a pizza and half of a movie. No regrets, though. That's all it was. That's literally all that we got. Zach's here. Zach Valentine. Zach, I haven't talked to you in a minute. I haven't talked to anyone. I went MIA. I was actually going to go live from Vegas. No, that was not an option. There was zero time to do anything, but that was the day I was actually awake for 25 hours. I was awake from the equivalent of 3:15 a.m. my time to just after 4 a.m. my time. But in Vegas, it was like just after 1 a.m. It was busy. Yes. People don't understand how crazy the skincare industry can be. It's a bloodbath. It literally is murder. It is murder, actually. Yeah. Best wishes, Lee. I hope you're all right. Just got done showing a friend Rec for the first time. And also we talked on Friday. Well, I mean, yeah, but we talk usually every day. Like a quick, like, hey, how you doing is not like what we usually do. I still haven't seen Rec. So maybe next year's found footage February, which I'm realizing something about my scheduling of these things. Yeah, knock on wood. Remember last year when I took off like August, I just was like, you know what? I need a break and I'm overwhelmed and I didn't do anything in August. Well, I came back September, October, November, December, and was like pew, 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 because I had kind of back cataloged a couple of reactions and I felt like rejuvenated. I'm realizing after the holiday season, I need to do that again. And I can't rely on my work trip to edit, you know? So I think what I'm going to, my brain is telling me that I'm going to take off posting in like January and August, like every year. Like expect this August, I will be like, I'll do the lives again, but I will not be posting as frequently, if at all, so that I can literally just do a bunch of reactions, like film a bunch of reactions. And that way, September, October, November, I already have stuff ready to go. I get backed up too quickly. True, true, true. This is a new friend I've made. Ooh, he lives in the UK, doesn't really like horror movies until now. I mean, if it's anything like Quarantine, and I've heard it's scarier, it's a great way to get, it's 0 to 100 way to get them into horror movies. Oh my God, I need blood work. We're falling apart. Yeah, we are not well. We are unwell at the moment. Just start your break now. See you in 2025. Yeah, goodbye. Bye, everyone. Listen, I'll see you guys next year. This has been fun. And I have some catching up to do. Like I said in the beginning, while I was on mute, because I was accidentally on mute, and after, I am just finishing up tonight, like right after this live stream, I'm finishing up the reaction to Lake Mungo, which I actually filmed weeks ago, but I haven't had a chance to edit. Patreon people will get that reaction tonight, like later tonight. It'll go up. It'll be available like on the YouTubes for everyone Wednesday. And then I am attempting, even though it'll really be beginning of March, I'm going to try to film and edit and post my reaction to Creep 2, because the whole month was planned out. I was supposed to have Lake Mungo last week, and then this week, on the last day of February, was going to be Creep 2. It's not even filmed yet. I have not watched Creep 2 as of this right now. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can get it out there. Ow. And then I have stuff already planned for March. March is gonna be more about like new movies. So it's not a surprise. I already talked to Leo about it, Cubbyholes. Last Night in Soho is the first reaction that will go up in March, period. Second reaction that's going to go up in March is Hellraiser 2022, because I put a poll on Patreon, and that is what everyone voted for. Hellraiser 2022. That's what'll be coming. After that, though, there's another poll on Patreon right now. We will see. I think what was winning? Let's see what's winning right now. Let's see what's winning right now. The Babysitter from 2017 is what's currently winning as being the third reaction of March. And then the fourth one, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just be in the mood for something. I'll just watch what I want to watch. BRB on bus heading to ER now. Hopefully your stream isn't over. Why are you going to the ER? Honestly, those 5 seconds of meeting you is enough for the whole year. Yeah, no, I believe that. I'm not well. Rec is also a lot shorter. Quarantine is a solid hour and 35-ish. Rec is an hour and 18. I did notice that the end of quarantine got a little exhausting, so I can see how Rec is probably shorter and more to the point. So they really make it fast paced with a lot of anyway. Lake Mungo didn't know that. Didn't know what? That I filmed it or that it existed? Because I didn't know it existed until everyone voted for it. So I did my found footage polls on Patreon not that long ago to fill out February, and everyone was like Lake Mungo, and I was like, what is that? Like I thought like Zach had suggested the tunnel, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I've heard about that one. People seem to like that. I thought that was gonna win. Nope. What other ones were there? Poughkeepsie tapes. I thought that was going to win. That didn't. I put the Paranormal Activity original in there. That didn't win. VHS. That didn't win. Lake Mungo. So, oh, I'm sorry. How dare you not cater to our every whims? I know, it's blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. Yay! Oh my gosh, hello. I'm like, wait a second. It's so weird when I see people from Instagram also in these because they don't cross over very well. Like a lot of times, actually, I meant to post this in my Instagram story. Like my Instagram followers a lot of times don't come here. They don't come to YouTube's. But my YouTube followers do usually find me on Instagram afterwards. So I appreciate you all. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Of course, it didn't save. Copy link. Da, da, da. Live right now. Period. That's it. Oh my gosh. Hellraiser 2022, and it's not. And let's not torture James with the sadness. Yeah, I think I put that on there because Nick says boo was so egregiously against that movie, and he said that David made him watch it. I think I might have seen like a clip on the TV at one point. I remember someone is like they're hiding in maybe like an apartment building, and there's like a thing or like a man or a zombie kind of trying to get in, and there's like a shutter keeping him out. Again, I'm under the weather, so as I'm talking, my throat will get worse and worse. And this carbonated drink is not helping. But I could be thinking of something else. And it was also not in English. So I don't want to watch it. I do, but I don't. You know, it's like one of those things. Like if you're gonna fuck me up, do it right. It's been 84 years since my Soho request. I know. Well, you didn't technically request it. I told you to save it, and I would just do it as a freebie. So it's a freebie. You're still waiting on your other request, which was like Dead or Alive or Dead and Buried or no, collabos, something about, I don't know. That's coming soon. Was wrong bus. I busted my back. So getting x-rays. Stop it. Leo, you're always broken. Stop. Literally. Trailer for Stranger Things Part 1 will drop this Thursday. Yes, with the news, Jonathan. Okay, that'll be exciting. I hope they do as great of a job with that trailer as they did with the first two, because the trailer for The Strangers is amazing. The trailer for The Strangers 2 is amazing. So they need to do this trilogy right with the trailer situation. Don't show too much, make it cool. Soho was amazing. We actually, when we were in when I was in Vegas and I met Leo, he saw that a side of me that I maybe don't show here, but like my friends I play video games with, they see all the time, which was like my definitive, like I'm telling you something and you actually have to do the exact thing that I'm saying right now, or like you're going to see a flip in my personality. And he put on last night in Soho, even though I kept saying, don't put it on. I want to do a reaction. And he kept being like, but like you could just pretend, you haven't seen it. I said, I'm not going to do that. So if you want me to react to it, you need to turn it off now. And but I didn't go haha afterwards. Like I was definitively aggressively mad and was like, turn off the movie. And he did. He played like the first 30 seconds. And I was like, this looks like I'm going to enjoy it. Turn it off. And so he did. So you guys all will get a reaction to that. Dinner reaction to for Lake Mungo. That's a favorite of mine. Very eerie and unsettling. It was. Lake Mungo was weird and annoying and boring at first, I'll admit. And it shows on the reaction. It's a little shorter of a reaction than usual, not by much, only because there's so much talking. It's all dialogue. There's nothing happening to react to until there is. And found footage, paranormal found footage movies are like probably at the top of my list of this will actually scare me. And that's apparently what Lake Mungo is. I went into it not knowing anything, and I for some reason was like I think lake, and I think like Loch Ness, so I thought like a monster movie, something was going to happen, and it was not that at all. Last night in Soho. Holly, hello everyone. I'm sorry if I missed anyone else that jumped in. And you won't like the Poughkeepsie tapes. Oh, okay, well then I guess I won't like the Poughkeepsie tapes. Scott, I also got to see Scott in Vegas. I've met Scott a bunch of times before. Hey, Jim's just wondering if you received my February movie request. Did I? Wait, I have a list. I think I did. unless you did it recently. Da, 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 da. Oh, wait, where did I put it? Visiting Hours is for Christian. Dead and Buried is for Pogo. Last Night in Soho is for Leo. And Calabos is also for Leo. Oh, I don't see it. No, wait. Let's see. There we go. Okay. My official movie request is Trilogy of Terror 1975. Heard it here first. So when I get a movie request from one of my badass Patreon members, that's actually the name of the tier, that'll be a full-length reaction exclusive to only Patreon. That'll never be like available besides Patreons. Never say never, but it's never gonna be available. And eventually it'll make its way to YouTube. So I already have reactions, like 6-7 reactions that are full length on Patreon right now that y'all won't see till the summer, till the holiday season, till next year on YouTube as like an edited thing. But Trilogy of Terror is now on my list. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trilogy of Terror for Scott. Bam. 5 reactions that will be posted in the next couple weeks just to Patreon from my February request. That's not even including my March requests, which will be coming in soon. Better keeping an eye on A Violent Nature. I'm putting that on my list actually, because that would be a great one to do for March since I'm focusing on new stuff. I just saw you posted the trailer. I watched it with the sound off, which I don't know why, but I was like, I don't want to know too much, but it seems a violent nature, because I want to go in as blind as possible, even though it looks like it's a movie from the killer's POV, right? Calabos, oof. If the movie's bad, then I will know wholeheartedly that Leo only suggests movies he thinks I'm going to hate. I don't think he thinks I'm going to hate Last Night in Soho, though, but he suggested that I watch The Mean One. And so that full length reaction is on Patreon. That's not going to be on YouTube till, again, the holiday season. I'll edit it for that. But he told me it's bad. He's like, I'm requesting it because it's bad. And so it sounds like he's requesting movies he thinks I'm going to hate. Total Cheese and I Can't Wait, my first horror movie. Oh, so maybe not. Maybe you think it's like cheesy, like campy. Hopefully it's good camp and not bad camp. I think it said it came out in the 90s. 80s camp is always good camp. 90s camp doesn't usually hit. He was going to go full peach fuzz on me. I thought you were going to go full peach fuzz. Wasn't Lake Mungo part of the? I found out after it was. Yes, Lee. It was one of those After Dark movies. I remember when they first did the After Dark movies. I thought that was so awesome. I bought a couple of them. I haven't even seen them all. It was that first round because then they started doing like every year or every other year they started doing it again. But I can see it from here. Penny Dreadful, never seen. Unrest, loved. The Hamiltons, never seen. The Grave Dancers, loved. And Dark Ride, I didn't like. I didn't like Dark Ride. But all of those were like the 8 films to die for. Was Frontiers also? I think that French film Frontiers was also one of the 8 films to die for. That is so crazy. Then they changed it to like After Dark or something. But yes, so Lake Mungo was one of those I found out. And then putting out, yep, every year. Some of them are good. It was like it was almost like Blumhouse before Blumhouse, but not even, because it was like a movie already made and they would invest in the release of that movie. I don't know. It was super cool though. Still haven't seen Lake Mungo. I'll say it. It's a mockumentary, so it plays out like a documentary, but it incorporates found footage. So, because mockumentary, found footage, they can be one and the same. Behind the Mask is like a good example. I would consider that found footage mockumentary, even though the last 20 minutes is a normal movie. Surprise. Sorry, spoilers for Behind the Mask. That came out 15, 20 years ago. So I still haven't seen Lake Mungo. Yes, it's good. I mean, again, it hits a certain niche for me of being that certain genre is like terrifying. That's why The Ring, it scares the hell out of me. Like paranormal movies probably hit different with me. They actually usually do scare me. Definitely full on mockumentary, but obviously not giving anything away. The moment where they have to drive the car backwards was just bizarre and gave me goosebumps. It was little weird things, yeah, that didn't mean anything, but were just unnerving or unsettling. And I was trying to pick up on certain things. I'm like, there's certain things that are going to come into play later, and some of them did, and some of them didn't. The movie doesn't make any sense. By the end, I was like, I don't know what's happening here, but didn't matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way behind on the comments. Let me just skip ahead a little bit. One of my favorites. No, I'm sorry. So you're saying Colobos is a masterpiece by any means, but it's not a masterpiece. Okay, but it's fun. You love Last Night, so it's a thriller with a haunting plus the visuals. Okay, I'm excited. From again the couple seconds that he showed me before I yelled at him and said, "Turn it the fuck off." It looked like it was gonna be interesting, different. What's this for my favorites? Frontiers is part of them. I remember watching that. I loved Frontiers. That was when Moses and I were in like our international horror movie phase, was when we watched Frontiers. Oh my gosh. Well, that's when we ended up watching like a Serbian film, and I watched Audition. Oh my gosh, there were so many. Inside. The French horror films were, oh my gosh, 120 Days of Sodom or whatever the hell that was. But it's weird because we never got into like the Giallo movies. We never got like into the full Italian, situation. We are a united front tonight. We'll see. I'll explain to you later, but I'll explain to you later about Lake Mungo. What about it? That was the only way you can get Lake. Wait. Explain me, yeah. Explain later. Esteban, I didn't actually officially say hi to Esteban, so I'm saying hi to you right now. That was your first. That's a deep dive, even for dedicated horror watchers. Oh, the Collabos? That is, yeah. I've never even heard of that movie. Well, I feel like a lot of times a first time horror watch will be something no one's ever heard of. Like for me, like it's a mix. It's I can't tell which was my first actual horror movie, but I know Silver Bullet scared me when I was a kid, and I haven't watched it since. I actually put it on. It was like this. I didn't think it was as scary as an adult the first like 20 minutes I watched, but as a kid, I was traumatized. The Blob remake messed me up as a kid, and when I watched that again as an adult, it messed me up. Watcher in the Woods was one I watched all the time. That was like a first kind of like situation. So it's weird, like niche. Almost this is tapping or something downstairs. since I've been editing Lake Mungo all day, sounds and things are making me like look around. Like I'm freaking Alice is like, you know, hiding in the corner or whatever. Disappointed with Lake Mungo, but loved Horror in the High Desert in the sequel. But loved Horror in the High Desert. Is that the name of a movie? Horror in the High Desert? Or is there a sequel to Lake Mungo? I hope there's not a sequel to Lake Mungo. Let's see. Horror in the High Desert. And Horror in the High Desert too. Never even heard of those. Are these found footage as well? No. An outdoor enthusiast went missing. Never located. Okay, wait, maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe that'll be a thing. I'm behind on the comments again. Well, when I first spawned, my family had a restaurant next to pawn shop, and I would go, "Ah, lucky." Oh, and that's where you found demons. Okay, and I only watched Demons for the first time last year. Real Adam. Pew, 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 pew. Oh my gosh, I always forget that it's such, your time difference is so crazy. Go to sleep. I mean, no, stay and hang out with us, Jonathan. But my gosh. Thank you for being here. You be sleeping. Just watched Horror in the High Desert yesterday. Those last few minutes scared the hell out of me. Oh no, I don't never even heard of it before. But I'm a fake horror fan apparently. So Poltergeist messed me up. Yup. Poltergeist messed me up. Everyone always says it's the clown. For me, it was just the fact that it was a family. I was not used to, and then I was not used to a family element, like a happy family being attacked. Usually it's like just the teens in the woods, or like it's like a creepy, like it's always like a person alone in a house, people alone in the woods. It was never like a family in a neighborhood. And so that always messed me up. And then the sequel, even though people say it's not great, I still like it. It's a lot darker, but it dealt with more domestic issues I was used to, alcoholism in the household and things like that. I was like, well, this feels too real. And I was scared for other reasons. And then 3, I loved the practical effects, and I would watch 3 on repeat. I thought 3 was a blast. So I love the Poltergeist films, not the remake. Watcher in the Woods starred Betty Davis. Yup. Just wondering if you have seen any other Betty Davis movies. I I don't believe so. At least not in their entirety. I did a Watcher in the Woods trailer. I forgot. I used to do trailers like, I used to do like 4 or 5 trailers a year. Now I do like 1 a year because they're so time consuming. But my Watcher in the Woods trailer, I think, is cute. That's on YouTube. Holly says yes. She says yes. I'm behind. I'm so sorry. I'm behind. I need to like catch up. Lover's Lane was like I know you did last summer meets Cherry Hills, but not as good. I've never seen Cherry Hills, but I've heard of it. Cherry Falls, sorry, Cherry Falls, and I've heard of it, and a couple people have described it actually as that, and it was not a good movie, but I had fun watching it. And I have the like, is it a Steelbook? No, I have the Blu-ray something release. Does Roland? I've been told to watch Watcher in the Woods. I'll see what I can do this year. Watch Watcher in the Woods. It's a Disney horror film. It was Disney's response to The Exorcist. Literally, they were like, even though they came out many years apart, they were like, we need to get on like the bandwagon. Wait, was it The Exorcist or was it a different movie that had come out? A horror movie had come out that they were like, I think they said Exorcist, where they were like, we want it to be like released by Disney for kids, but scary. And as a kid, I was very scared. I loved it. And the ending is very original. It's a little weird and kind of vague, but it's not what you think it's going to be. And I thought it was great. And people were like, no, no. I was so afraid of Chucky. Watched when I was like 6. Yeah, Chucky I loved. I remember like in the late 90s when like Scream came out, Scream 2 came out. I know he did last summer. I still did last summer. When I saw the poster thing, like that's when like movies were hyped. Like I was big hype on all the horror movies coming out back then. H2O, seeing the poster and being like, oh my God, Bride of Chucky. And I was like, it was not lost on me that it looked the same as the Scream 2 poster. Let me see. I'm so sorry. I'm so behind. People always sleep on Cherry Falls. I've heard it's fun. Betty Davis, another Disney movie with Kristen Lee, Return from Witch Mountain. Oh, I remember watching one of those Witch Mountain movies when I was a kid. And I don't remember anything about it. So I should watch those someday, maybe. Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte. Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte. And whatever happened to Baby Jane. Yes?
Do you mind if I don't get you a ticket for Grumpy Old Men?
Why? Who's going?
Well, I'm bringing Sam too. I said I'd get her a ticket, and I'm just looking at it $45.
I could pay you for the ticket, or you guys can just go.
Okay.
Which one?
You pay for it.
Okay, because it's Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$45.
That's stupid, but I'm hoping it'll suck.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
We'll just bring drinkies and stuff.
Okay, I'll get you one for this.
Okay, remind me, I'll Venmo you. We're gonna go see a show on Friday, and the tickets that's weird. They're so expensive. Usually it's like $20 to go see a show, like one of these musicals. Leo, thank you, but you gotta stop that. Remember, especially if you're going to the ER, be careful, make good choices. Thank you. You should watch Venom from 2005 from the same director who directed it this summer. I've heard of that. Oh, and Kevin Williamson produced it. Davis, she got Betty Davis eyes. When I hear that song now, I only think of the Final Girls. Betty Davis definitely delved into some horror films in her career. Anyone remember Spider Baby with a young Sid Haig? I want to tell Moses we say hi. Bedosh? You can't hear me. I heard a door, so he's either out in the back, like where the kitchen is, or I don't know, probably out in the back of the kitchen is. I'll tell you guys say hi afterwards, though. But the whole point of this live was to talk about like what's new and stuff. What's new with you guys? Again, I came back from Vegas. I did the whole Vegas thing. I don't even know what I have planned coming up because I feel like I have a convention I'm trying to go to, and they keep changing all the people, so I don't even know. Everything's up in the air. The convention at the end of the year I'm going to go to in September is CT Horror Fest. Again, that's not till September. Ooh, I did find out something. I don't know if I can say. Remember how I'm like involved in like a movie, barely. Like I'm like a background person in a movie. And I couldn't talk about it, but then they just released that teaser trailer and I was posting it all over my Instagrams and stuff. It's on YouTube. I posted it in my community chat section of YouTube as well. And on Patreon. I put it everywhere. I want everyone to know. Like there's like Indiegogo or something where you can contribute. You can be in the movie. You can have a character named after you. You can die on screen, like a whole bunch of stuff. Scott has done this before with this director when it came to his fan film, Friday 13th, Roseblood. So like, it's a thing. You can do this. Well, I was like, I think I mentioned like, oh, I hope there's a premiere or something cool we can go to. And he said something about something will happen at CT Horror Fest. So I don't know exactly what it is, but that horror convention in September, I'm assuming he's going to be there. He might release the movie, or there might be something's going to happen there. And I'm excited. Okay. Good night, Jonathan. Thank you so much. It's 2:30 in the morning. Go to sleep. Oh my God. Blockbuster Burgers is her. She got her circuit. Pew, 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 pew. I'm Union, bitch. Yep, Scott, she sure did. What? Oh, Betty Davis horror movies. August 2nd to 4th, Flashback Weekend, Chicago Horror Convention. Jane Levy is coming. Jane Levy's supposedly going to one of the conventions I want to go to. They just keep canceling. Everyone keeps canceling and they keep announcing new people. So I'm not even going to talk about it. But until after it happens, you'll see all the pictures and stuff later. But yeah, because like every month there's like something going on. Just take all my money. But let me see. How much are you going to charge for your autograph at CT Horror Fest? $50. Easy $50. Cash only. Sorry. For me to put like a J and a P. That's it. That's funny. There are some reactors that I'm shocked that they don't do conventions, but also they kind of have the same mentality as I do, where it's like, who would want my autograph? But they have 50, 60,000 followers or 100 something thousand followers. Like people recognize them like every place they go. I'm like, you should You should sign up for one of these things. You would actually make bank. I would want to go meet like Nick Says Boo or David or Jay Meets World. Oh my gosh, anyone from the horror hour. Give me Utaka. I want to give Utaka a hug so bad. Petty Pumpkins. If there's a Petty Pumpkins booth, I'm buying merch. I'm buying sweaters. I'm buying an autograph. And I'm getting a picture. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Let me see. If you meet Jane Levy somewhere else, then fine. But like, there's someone I bet you've been dying to meet that is going to the convention. I'm guessing it's you. Is it Zach Valentine? Are you going to this convention? Or is it a, wait, do you mean a celebrity? Do you mean like who? Any idea about Monster Mania Con this summer? I haven't looked yet. Well, they're doing Monster Mania in Jersey in March. I think they do it again in August, but then there's so many. That's the thing, is I'm like looking at which ones I want to do, but I'm like, there's not many people at this one. There's tons of people at this one, but this one's far away. If you go to just go to Monster Mania website, because it's so confusing to me. And I keep mixing up Monster Mania with Days of the Dead with CT Horror Fest, with like who's doing what. I've heard that the summer Monster Mania is better. And that's the one I'm probably not going to get to go to that. I don't think I get to go to there. Point me in the direction of the queer horror creators. Where are they? It is you. I knew. Period. When is that? You said August? August is tough. I think that's when Moses and I are trying to go on our vacation. We're trying to go to Punta Cana or anywhere, actually. We used to go on vacations. We haven't gone on vacation together in almost 10 years. Like vacation. We started turning like weekends into our vacations. It's like, oh, we'll go wait. Like we'll drive up someplace nice for the weekend. We'll go see his family in Philly for the weekend. We will, see his aunt in Atlantic City. She has a house on the beach for the weekend. Those turned into our vacations when, we used to go on cruises. We went to Iceland, we went to Mexico, went to Dominican Republic. Like we used to do things all the time. So we're going to get back. We're going to try to get back into that. We're going to go on vacation this year. But I've never been to Chicago, Zach, and he knows this. I've never been to Chicago, and I want to go. And I know I have a couple people I know in Chicago besides you. So I would love to someday go there and see all the people. A horror convention would be the best way to do that, because my day would be filled with horror convention stuff. But we will see. Never say never. I need more of that at cons. I think no, 1,000,000%. Give me some reactors. Well, give me reactors and give me the queer horror creators, period. Like the movie I'm involved with, he's definitely a straight. But he seems very inclusive. Like he met me and immediately we hit it off, and we just had like a blast talking, and he stayed in touch with me to the point where he's like, hey brother, I'm gonna give you a call. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I got a part in a movie and all you gotta do is stand there. And I was like, oh, and I did it. Daniel, hello. Who are a couple of horror icons on your bucket list to meet? Like something on my nose. Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Thank you for making me have to think now. I really want to meet, like Tom Atkins is at the top of my list of wanting to meet, especially because he's up there. I want to meet some Child's Play people. I'd love to meet Christine Elise. I don't know if her or Alex Vincent ever coming to like these East Coast conventions, but I would seek out like a West Coast one probably next year, 2025. I've wanted to meet like Marian Hagen for a while. She is Kara from, get the hell out of here. Ugh, the thumbs up, sorry. From Halloween 6. I still really want to meet, because I've met Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5 and the Rob Zombie remakes, Hatchet sequels and such. I've met her a couple times. I'd meet her again. That's fine. But I want to meet I was going to say Rachel Crothers. I want to meet Ellie Cornell, who played Rachel in Halloween's 4 and 5. And I want to meet Wendy Kaplan, who plays I speak with my hands. How do I turn this off? Remove from stage, exit solo. Oh my God, can't. It's so annoying. I know I'm animated, but like, don't throw emojis at me. I think it's very rude and disrespectful. Ooh, another top of the bucket list who actually does the conventions is Miko Hughes. Sign everything I own. Miko Hughes. I want the photo. I want the pro op. I want the signature. I've already met Heather Langenkamp and had her sign some stuff. I probably would have him sign the same DVD that she signed of Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but I'd want everything, pictures, everything. I want all the things with Miko Hughes. August 1 is usually good to go. Yeah. Monster Mania is a good one. Fancy. Monster Mania Cherry this summer. August, yes. The same weekend as Flat. Oh, Scott, which one are you going to? Because you said you're going to go to one of those, I think. The thing is, I was like, I don't think I can go to the Monster Mania in Jersey in August because I think that's when we're trying to go on our vacation or something else planned. But I'll figure it out. But the thing is, I probably would use that as an excuse to go to the one in Chicago now so I could meet Zach, see my friends, Sean, Chadwick. I can take you to where Maggie was pushed. Oh, I forgot. Another reason I want to go to Chicago, and this has been on my list, is because I want to see where Maggie was pushed out the window, and I need to see the Hancock building because I need to take as many pictures as possible in and around that building with my Poltergeist 3 VHS tape, the freaking Blu-ray, the poster, everything. Poltergeist 3 is a lady gem for me. That's like, yes. Peter Anthony is the director who created Laugh. Yes. That's what I was talking about. Laugh. He also did, you were involved. You were a producer on Roseblood. Are you going to attend Days of the Dead Chicago next month? I will be there. Zach, Scott's cool. Scott, I've hung out with a couple times. Scott, knows his shit. Oh, I didn't get to Scott. I'm going to show it off. Oh, my leg is dead. I actually took some photos today that I plan on posting in the next week or two. But when I got to meet, Scott, again, I'm sorry, I keep saying meet Scott. When I got to see Scott, I saw Scott day one. I landed and Scott was incredibly kind and picked me up from the airport and took me to an amazing all-you-can-eat buffet. He was like, I hope you love all-you-can-eat. And I was like, bitch, do you know me? Who told my biggest secret? I love buffets. I don't care. COVID didn't. I didn't go to buffets, but I didn't care. When they reopened, I was like, take me to the buffet. And this one was really good. I forgot the name of it, and I'm sure you'll put it in the chat. But Scott had requested for me to watch The Initiation on Patreon, and I put the full reaction up on Patreon. But if you watch that full-length reaction, you will notice that all of the gore is cut out. We couldn't find the movie streaming, and I couldn't find it to download any place, and I couldn't find a copy of it. I just couldn't get the movie. And so he, I thought I heard something rattling in here. And so I watched it on YouTube, and YouTube cut all of the gore out of the movie. So it's 7 minutes shorter than the actual movie. And so my reaction, I was like, I feel so bad that this was my reaction. And it's me being there's no gore. Once I realized that it actually definitively was missing scenes, he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Because he had suggested I watch it on YouTube. He's like, I have a copy on tape, and when you come to Vegas, I'm going to give you this copy. And he actually showed me, he had a picture of the guy who plays the security guard in the movie holding this tape. He's like, this is my proof of authentication or something like that. But he gave me this, and it is the clamshell, The Initiation. But when I met up with him, we actually went to his place, and he just showed me all of the scenes I missed. So he just showed me all the death scenes, so I could see them. And I was like, I wish I had seen these when I, watched the first time. The night New Blood is pledged. I love that none of this has anything to do with the movie. Not a single thing to do with the movie. Not a single thing. Great. She looks like she's laughing. This is great. She's having a blast. Okay, but thank you. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Scott, I forgot. That's what was rattling. Last year I went to a book signing, and Armando, I forgot his last name. I'm such a piece of crap. There's a writer who actually wrote a novelization of My Bloody Valentine, and I went early. I bought the My Bloody Valentine Game, I bought the My Bloody Valentine book. I had it signed by some of the cast members. I took pictures, but they promised you a bookmark and they never gave me the bookmark. And I actually reached out to Armando, the author of the book, a couple times, asking if I was like, I'm so sorry, this seems so stupid, but I thought the bookmark was so cool. I wanted it. When I was with Scott, he showed me he had the book as well, and he had the bookmark. And I was like, oh man, I was so bummed I didn't get it. And he gave me his. And I think it is beautiful. It's just real cute. And I'm going to use it, the upside down heart. I'm so damn sorry. If you know, you know. Let me put that back in there. It's preserved. Ow. I'm sorry. That was my big tangent about so many things. Alex Vincent is going to... Oh, son of a... Reaper! The film Reaper is here. Reaper of the films is here, you guys. So now I have to go back to Jersey in April. Is that what the frick you're telling me? Man, it's too much. But also not enough. Got an oh, I didn't get it directly from him, unfortunately. Oh, see, Scott was talking about this. Like, you know, how much do you think autographs are worth if like you didn't physically get it yourself? I said depends. Like, he actually has a collection, Scott. Your collection of unmatched, unhinged, intimidating, and overwhelming is how much stuff Scott has from dating back to the 80s. Like when the conventions, you know, the autographs were free, he said. You'd walk up and like, he has a picture of Danielle Harris at a convention when she was 10 years old. You know, it's crazy. But he also has some stuff signed by Wes Craven. I was like, that's amazing. People will pay for that. You know, let me see. Were you a Buffy fan? I never watched Buffy. And when I tried to watch Buffy, I didn't like it. And I think it's because like I needed to watch it back then. Laugh was giving me Killjoy vibes. I don't know what Killjoy is. Oh wait, that's a clown movie, isn't it? I think the clown in Laugh is like not real. I think he's like a demon. And he's like talking to Peter Anthony, who wrote and directed the movie, is actually the guy with the skull makeup on. He's acting in it too. He's starring in it as well. I know some stuff, but I won't tell anyone. I know some stuff about what he like pulled me aside. He's like, yeah, he's like this and this and this. And I'm not telling you guys. You're going to have to watch the movie. But watching the teaser trailer and knowing what happens in the movie and what the story actually is, I am very interested. I'm very interested to see how it comes to fruition, because people were doing like reactions to it, the trailer, and they were doing like breakdowns, and they were like, I think it's this, and I think it's this, and they're mostly wrong. So I'm excited. Zach says it's a possibility. If I did, it'd be to get Tyler Mane's signature. Oh, I'd love to meet Tyler Mane. I would love that. But at the moment, the mask is in New York, but there is a possibility. Get the mask. Do the thing. He let us take free pics and signed my wristband. It was a gift for my mom's birthday. Oh, wait. Who? Oh, James Masters. Fluorescent soda. Of course, I remember Initiation having much gore. But also people who upload some full movies, they take out the nudity. Yeah, I can imagine that. And I don't know why. I even looked at it and I was like, this version is a couple minutes off from how much it says, how long it should be on IMDb. And my brain did the backwards thing of thinking, oh, it's like an extended version, or like maybe one of them is the extended version. Then I watched it and was like, nope, it's a redacted version. It actually had all of the any gore was gone. So you never see any dead bodies. I kept realizing when they weren't showing anyone, but then they would say someone was dead. I'm like, but we didn't see that happen. We didn't see them. So how do you know? And then when I definitively knew 100% is when in the Initiation, she walks into the bathroom, and it basically, in a movie, when you make a movie, the shot of her walking into the bathroom and the shot of her reacting and leaving is the same take, but they cut away from it to what she's looking at. Well, what happened was she walked in the bathroom, and then immediately it cut to the same shot, and she was screaming, and then looked at the mirror and it said something in blood. I think her name was in blood. And then she ran out, and I was like, oh, there's a whole shot missing. And then when Scott showed me, I'm like, yeah, there's a freaking body in the bathroom. Glad that stuff was found. Has found a home. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Scott. You did not have to give me gifts. Like, you don't have to give me things. He also gave me my copy. I will say this every time I have a live stream because I love My Bloody Valentine, but he got me my copy of My Bloody Valentine, the VHS. What an out of existence company, Nelson. I'm missing some chat stuff, so I apologize if I don't understand. James, can you give me... James can give you my contact information if you go to Days of Dead. Yes, Zach, talk to me afterwards, because if you're going to go and you want to, like, we can chat. I didn't give a thumbs up. Jen Ryan! Sorry, I'm late, recovering from a night out. Girl, good. You should be recovering. Nice. Yes. We're young. We're still young. Miko Hughes is doing a few Days of Dead conventions this year. Well, if he's doing any near me, I don't think they do Days of the Dead near me. But I would love to meet him someday. He's a bucket list for sure. Can't collect posters and autographs and I only have like 6 posters, 2 of them. And wait, you can't collect? Why can't you collect? Well, the thing is, I'm the same way. Like, I have a bunch of posters. I was talking to Blockbusted Videos the other night. I think it was last night, actually. And I was going through and I was like, I forgot I had half the posters I do. They're all just in the closet because I have nothing up on display here. I mean, you guys can see like empty walls, empty walls, empty walls, empty walls, empty walls. That Gatorade hurt my throat. Empty walls. The walls are empty. So eventually I want to get some stuff. I have a friend of mine from Germany who sent me my Myers print, which I think I've shown off to you guys before. It's a print. It's print art of the Myers house. And I got it signed by a couple of the Halloween cast members. He's sending me one for Halloween 3. That way at some point when I can, again, Tom Atkins is on my list. Or I'd love to meet, what the hell is his name? The director, that my dementia brain, you guys. The director of Halloween 3. Like, these people are still alive. I want to meet them and get their signatures. So he's sending me that. But all these posters and stuff just exist in the closet. They're not like on display. Any reaction channels? Blur images of dead bodies, faces. Oh, reaction channels. Oh yeah, they don't want to mess with YouTube. Oh, I do the same thing. You'll notice like a censored bar pops up a lot of times. I will try to get away with stuff, but this was a full movie, the initiation on YouTube, and they literally it was like an hour and like 19 minutes of movie when the movie was supposed to really be like an hour and 30. It was missing a bunch. What old movies from way back in the day? My brain is turning off. Would make a great updated remake. I'd want Raised with the Devil or Tourist Trap. I've always wanted a remake of Clue since I was a kid, but I've always wanted it as a serious movie because I don't want them to tarnish the comedic gold of the original. I always thought that that'd be a cool idea if they could make a serious horror thriller of Clue. What else? I mean, a lot of Wes Craven's older movies, I always thought like this could be remade, and they did, like Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes, and I think those are great remakes. They remade. I mean, they've already done most of the ones that I feel like. I wouldn't mind. What I would want. This is not a remake. I'd love a My Bloody Valentine Legacy sequel. Maybe not. Just leave it alone. You know, it's perfect. Leave it alone. They've already remade Carrie a bunch of times. They've already remade Prom Nights. Gosh, they've remade everything. They've remade it all. I can't think of any right now. Brett, hello. Hi, James Love from Ohio. What do you think would make a good Freddy? Who do you think would make a good Freddy? Yeah, I can't. I see right now. She can't read. I can't. I'm stupid. I don't. Robert Englund. Bring back Robert Englund, and he can be Freddy. Who? I know I've been saying Kevin Bacon. I don't see it. I think that was it. Jackie Earl Haley. Was that his name? I thought he did. He gave a great performance, but it was a weird combination of too many prosthetics where it looked like he wasn't moving his mouth at all. And then an overusage of CGI at the same time. If they had just, you know, put light prosthetics and didn't go crazy, I think that would have been better. Because I don't think he actually did a terrible job. They'd have to go in a direction like they did with the Skarsgård, whatever, Skarsgård, something, doing Pennywise. I think they'd have to go really far away from what Freddy did. You never know, because you never would have thought that Heath Ledger would make the most iconic Joker, you know, villain. So someone who has like someone who has like some comedic chops, you know. Now, I'm not saying this person, but like imagine if like Jim Carrey was to take on like an iconic, I mean, he did like the Riddler, right? But that's like full comedy basically. But someone who can do comedy and have them try to, you know what, like give me someone who has like Jack Black's kind of outrageousness, and that's who needs to be Freddy. I'll support a remake of Race with the Devil, Tourist Trap. They already did remake that. House of Wax was a bit of a tourist trap. Yeah, same. Yeah, legit. Your package should arrive Wednesday. Oh yes. So sorry. The prizes that were won from Blockbusted and Eyes, like, you know, Love Hurts, I Love You So Much I Could Kill You, horror trivia thing, all got delayed. Mostly my fault. Entirely my fault, really. I'm so sorry. They are going out this week. So you all will be getting them. Well, they'll be going out this week. I hope you get them as well this week. We didn't forget about you guys. I have a photo of me with Green Goblin head from Maximum Overdrive, the owner. Oh, you know what? Let's do more Stephen King stuff. I feel like we're in a day and age where we could do Stephen King right. Fellow Ohioan. Excuse me, I'm dying. The guy in Dylan's Nightmare was pretty damn good. Oh, I still haven't seen that. I never watch fan films, and I don't know why. I still haven't seen Peter Anthony's freaking Roseblood, which is one of the first fan films I had heard of because it's a direct sequel to Friday the 13th, The New Blood. So I want to sit one night and just watch The New Blood and then watch Roseblood. I know it's a fan film. It's very, very, very independent. It's self-funded. Like, I'm not expecting, you know, anything insane, but I've heard that it's fun. And like, I want to support someone who, you know, continues these storylines that we love so much. There's a bunch of Halloween fan films I wanted to get into. Never Hike Alone, I've heard is really good for Friday the 13th. Never saw Tourist Trap. Dave McRae. Oh, Dave McRae played him. I forgot that Dave McRae does voice acting, because usually I think of him as like a YouTube like commentator and stuff, but he does voice acting, and I forgot he did Freddy in Dylan's New Nightmare. I'm excited to someday watch that. John Stamos for Freddy. Make it happen. Prima Donna, hello. Dave McRae. Stamos. Prima. Melissa. There's some great fan films out there. Yeah, no, I really got to catch up. At one point I made a list of fan films I wanted to watch on the channel. Not going to do that. We're going to stick to movies that are like released on the channel. I'm going to watch the fan films on my own. If I feel like doing a live watch along, maybe, but like I need to just like sit here one day and watch them. Dave was my favorite part of Dylan's Nightmare. Dice and the songs. I don't know the songs, so I need to just remember what I told you about Roseblood. I remember. Slow burn, be prepared for that. That's fine. I remember seeing some clips and I was like, this doesn't feel like it. The clips I saw were feeling like Jason Goes to Hell, where it was like a very offbeat dark comedy vibe. Like everything seemed kind of out of place. It didn't feel like a Friday the 13th movie. It felt very 90s out of place dark comedy, the clips that I saw. But I was not mad at that because Friday the 13th is kind of like all over the place anyway. What did I win? Christian, what did you win? Let me look at my notes from that day. Wait, was it way at the bottom? Derek had one of the prizes and I had the rest. So about that. Oh, sorry, I have a trivia night situation. Okay. Oh yeah, Adam won, but he defaulted to Jen, I believe. He won the hard. No. Yes, this is your prize, Christian. You had won hard candy. You won Wicker Park with Josh Hartnett, and then you won the Blockbuster board game. And then there's some stickers. Most of you haven't seen yet. You're all getting the stickers too. That was your prize. I think you're wise to avoid doing fan film reactions. Some of the people involved in them can be bitchy at times. I didn't know that, but I believe that very much. I've seen people do. Peter Anthony is actually very cool, and I've seen people do live watch-alongs with him. He's actually like joined. So if I were to, I've contemplated doing, the thing is, I want to pay attention to the movie. So if I do that, I would want to have already watched the movie and then do a live watch along where y'all can jump on and literally talk to the creator of the movie with me. That would be super cool. But I will watch it like for the first time on my own. I think it depends on the fan film. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm late. I won lateness. Christian lateness, everyone, just so you know. Supposedly a Friday 13th 45 convention next year in Burbank. Bitch. Sorry, my face looks and feels so weird. I shaved. I don't usually shave my whole face, but I did for Vegas, and I just felt like cleaner. So when I got back, I let it grow out again, and I was like, I don't like this. So I shaved again. So it's a combination of me being tired, under the weather, because my throat hurts, and being clean shaven. I look like a weird alien baby. No, you don't have to look. I was kidding. Oh, well, I already did. It was your prize. I wanted the Chucky Tiffany glassware set. Well, Blockbusted, you don't get it. You don't get it. That one, who got that one? That one. I think that's the one that defaults to nope, Yaz got the glasses. Yasmin. I don't think she's here. So I'm sorry. Coming with the fancy shit. Tiffany as in his bride. I got you, girl. Could you imagine? Please have facial scruff next week. Yeah. I don't think I will. So I probably will. Let me see. I speak as someone who's moderated chats for someone who used to do live reactions of fan films. In one instance, had the creator request a reaction and then get pissed at the person for their honest. Yeah. See, I can imagine for their honest feedback. I can imagine a first time watch not going well, because I can't hide my face if I'm not enjoying myself. I might enjoy the experience overall by the end, but if I'm not invested in that moment, or a joke doesn't land, I'm gonna do an eye roll. I can't stop myself. If you've watched any of my full-length reactions, you can see on my face that I'm not enjoying myself sometimes. On YouTube, I'm able to mostly chop all that out, so it looks like I'm having a good time. But if I don't like a movie, I can't hide that I don't like the movie. But I would love to talk to a creator of that movie afterwards, where I can keep my emotions in check and ask questions and get commentary. Even though there's a director's commentary on the version of the movie that I have for Roseblood. So I want to watch the movie, then immediately watch the commentary, and then watch any other features that there Hand me the Tiffany glasses. Okay, I'll give them to you. Joe is serving dinner now. Oh, Joe. Let's go. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks, James. Thank you, Scott. I hope you enjoy dinner. It's what is it? Only 5 p.m. Scott gave me his schedule, like told me like what his schedule is like most days, and I was like, period. Like that sounds like peak schedule. Like it, wake up and the breakfast and the work and the this and the that and the whatever, and there's dinner and there's specific TV shows and then bed. And we do that, but we don't do that till way later. So like it's 8 p.m. here and we're not gonna eat till like 9 or 10. Good night, Scott. Thank you very much. I appreciate Scott so much. I enjoyed the Halloween fan film. I think it's called Halloween Night. I've heard about that one. I've heard about that one. Yes, girl, let me know. Okay, same. Plus, I just refuse to be fake about my feelings on a film. Yeah, no, like, and I feel bad sometimes. Like, there's a couple of my full length reactions where someone paid me to watch the movie and I didn't enjoy it. And I'm like, I couldn't even like put on an act. Like, I couldn't even pretend, and I feel bad, but the whole point is for me to watch the movie and give a full reaction. There are some YouTube reactions where I'm watching the movie and I'm like, nope, this was trash. Halloween ends. Once the sewer scene happens, it's a spiral. It is complete. It's a full-fledged downward spiral from there. And I don't hide my feelings. My Bloody Valentine 3D. We're not going to go into it, but everyone knows I don't enjoy that movie. The Funhouse. I thought it was suggested to me and it was not. I was mistaken. Hate that movie. And I hated it for the duration of the reaction. So live in your truth. Bitch, I'll do what I want. Yeah, speak your. Oh, okay. Yeah. Dice. Yes. I think people request some films just to make us creators suffer. Yeah. Well, I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night, those movies I think we brought on ourselves. I forgot. I think Blockbusted might have told me to watch the first one back like what 2-3 years ago when I did that reaction. And after watching it, I was like, well, I'll either do the sequel or maybe I'll do the remake. And I was like, since I have the original fresh in my mind, I'll do the remake. So 2 of my first reactions ever on the channel, like my first 5 or 6 reactions ever was Silent, like in there, is Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Silent Night, which is the remake, back to back. Back when I had my old laptop, so I could only do one reaction a month. So that was exciting. And I didn't like either of those movies. And then a year later, I did Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 and was like, what are we doing here? So I chose to do Silent Night, Deadly Nights 3, 4, and 5 for the whole month of December this past year. And then again, because I took off August, I was so like ready to go and had a bunch of reactions like geared up that I pumped them all out at once. So you got 3, 4, and 5 all at once, which was probably better because no one watched them anyway because they're so niche. But I chose that. You know what? I chose that. You chose that. We chose that. People say it's fine to have your own opinion on a movie until it's a movie that the majority of people like, then they act like they ran over your grandma or something. Yeah, no, that's how people were, even with Halloween Ends, where people were like losing their minds when I was like, this movie sucks. And they're like, it's amazing. It's cinema. It's so different. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'd rather see an honest reaction. I can tell when someone is faking it. Yeah, I'll try to keep it positive. Like I'll try to like have a positive spin on things, but for the most part, like if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. Wasn't my cup of tea. That was better because you're honest. Thank you. Thank you. Silent Night reactions were so funny. Oh, Georgino, welcome back. Thank you. I had fun editing them. Didn't necessarily have fun watching them, except for the Toy Maker. I thought the Toy Maker was a freaking blast. Of all of them, that's the only one I can see myself actually rewatching again. Mostly for Mickey Rooney. We all agree that Silent Night, Deadly Night movie reaction. Wait. But we all agree the best Silent Night, Deadly Night reaction was 3. Was it? Was that my best reaction? Because it was the worst of them all. Oh shit. I cut my finger open last night and oh no. I've been swapping band-aids, and the band-aid kept like has been falling off. So I was like, that's fine, I'll leave it. But just now I like pushed on it and it tore open again. It looks like nothing, but it's deep. It was like literally just pouring and dripping out last night, and I was like, it's not very Christian. Halloween Ends was hot garbage. Holly, it was hot garbage. Selenite 5 was a great reaction. I think that's probably the reaction I enjoyed the most because I enjoyed the movie the most. What I noticed is that more people watch, like the numbers dwindled from 3 to 4 to 5 for how many people actually watched. All three movie reactions have some of the least amount of views of all my videos. The past couple months have been rough, I'll be honest, but 3 had like maybe, I'm making up a number, 400. Part 4 had like 300, and then part 5 had like 200. Like those numbers aren't accurate, but like people watched less and less. And I kind of wish they had watched 5 more because it's a fun movie and the reaction I thought was good, in my opinion. Totally agree, Melissa. Oh, yes. At least entertainment. Also heal before next week. I'm going to try to heal and I'll have some scruff. I don't look younger, clean shaven. I thought I looked younger. I want to look young. When Blockbuster and I went to Utah, I was clean shaven, which usually I don't. Oh, weird. I also have, you gave me this shirt and I wore this in Utah. I'm basically Utah right now. Call me Salt Lake City. Still love the Night of the Demons reaction. Oh my gosh, me too. Well, I mean, the movie. I love the movie. I don't watch my reactions much after the fact. I have to obviously watch them so many times when I'm editing. Then I'll post them, and sometimes I'll rewatch it to make sure that nothing messed up when posting. And of course, one of the few times I didn't do that, I forgot which reaction it is, but there's a moment where the screen just goes black for like 3 seconds. The clip I had used when editing didn't transfer over when I was converting it to like a MP4, whatever the hell it's called. And so there's like just like a thing missing, and I'm like, of course I didn't watch that to make sure it was accurate. So fun. Hello, Dre Leon K. Hi there. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Didn't love Halloween Ends, but I didn't hate it either. I think it's one of those movies I would watch when I'm really bored. Yeah, see, the thing is, it probably, and I said this in the reaction too, it probably isn't a terrible movie. It's just a terrible end to a trilogy of movies that are supposed to be the end of a timeline starting in the 70s. It assaulted my senses as being a movie called Halloween Ends, marketed as the end. Don't do that. Don't do all that. I'll say that 100 more times. Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends should have been one movie. Halloween Kills could have had a little bit removed that wasn't necessary, maybe in the middle someplace, whatever. Don't take out the stuff with Kyle Richards because it's the best part of the movie. But it should have ended with her walking away to go battle Michael, and she shows up at the Myers house. And imagine if the last part of the movie was like 15, 20 minutes of the fight we got in Ends, but taking place in the Myers house at the end of Kills. And Halloween 2018 should have been called Halloween Kills, and Halloween Kills should have been called Halloween Ends. We didn't need 3 movies. You stretched that shit out for no reason. That's my opinion. Kenneth! Pew, 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 pew. Those reactions are cult classics. People love watching them. They now have a following, even if the numbers aren't the best. Thank you very much. But yeah, not many people watch those movies too. So I'm hoping that when someone's like, oh, nobody watches Silent Night, Deadly Night, that they will find my reactions. They'll find Dice Roland's reviews, because no one, talks about all of the movies. They talk about the first one, maybe the second one, and then they call it quits. Your skin looks amazing. You should be clean shaven to just show off. Thank you very much. I feel like I just pushed up my chins. I feel like I look younger when I'm clean shaven, and I want to look not old. So thank you. Hey, hello, hi, how are you? Hello. People look back in retrospect of the body of James's work. They'll say people slept on your Silent Night, Deadly Night reactions. Period. That's the facts. She only says the truth. And I'm never sensible if I can help it. Halloween Ends was at least not Halloween Kills. I said it before and I'll say it again. Halloween Kills is the worst film in almost any major slasher. See, I didn't enjoy Kills either. I think I need to watch it again because I went into it thinking this won't be good. No, I'm sorry. I went into it wanting it to be good because I thought the 2018 movie was not great. And I learned to like it over time. So I was like, you know what? Kills will be like just an exaggerated extension of that, hopefully. And it was an exaggerated extension of all the things I hated about the 2018 movie. And I didn't have fun with it because I didn't understand what it was trying to say, what it was trying to do, what it was trying to be. It wasn't funny, but it tried to be campy. It wasn't particularly scary, but it tried to take itself seriously. It undid everything that it established in the previous film. And then what's worse is they end the movie on a weird, not high note, like a weird, awkward, not interesting beat, whatever. And then the next movie completely undoes everything again. Like there's no fluid transfer of anything from the movies. Like Laurie goes 40 years and stays like recluse and locks herself away and whatever. But from 2018 to the next couple movies, decides to be Betty freaking Crocker and throws the pumpkin on the ground and says, "Show grief your tit." Like I just I'm behind again on the comments. Let me catch up and not talk about Halloween Ends. Then they'll act like they've always been. We're continuing from the Silent Night, Deadly Night. But now they're only saying it because it's cool. Posers, period. That's it. That's the accuracy. Will you do a ranking video soon? Me or Dice? Because Dice Roland, who's in here, does reviews. You know what? I've done a couple rankings and I actually have a lot of fun doing them, but I stopped to focus more on the reactions. So I've only done a couple. What did I do? Did I do Evil Dead? I was going to. I don't think I did. The Scream movies. What did I do rankings to? I think I should do rankings. Someday I'll do Child's Play. I'll do Friday the 13th. Did I do Halloween? No, I planned to do Halloween and didn't get to it. Let's see. So excited for Maxine. Thank you. I'm going to talk about new movies coming out. Maxine, Longlegs. Oh, Longlegs. That Brandy is going to be in an A24 movie, Tusk 2. Oh, I haven't seen Tusk yet, but I know it's Kevin Smith, and when he does horror, it's scary. Okay. I hate a fake ass bee. Same girl. Me too. Can't wait for Maxine and Longlegs. Now I'm angry at these hypothetical people that don't exist. Right, these posers. Rankings can be fun. You should do some rankings. I would love that. My arm is like itchy. That's not good. It's very dry in here. But I don't understand. I think I did Evil Dead. Why don't I remember what friggin' rankings I've done? Let me see. Playlists. Rankings and reviews. No, I did Scream and then I did horror. I did remakes. That was one of them. I had planned on doing Evil Dead. I had planned on so Evil Dead, Child's Play, Friday the 13th, and Halloween were like at the top of my list of the ones I wanted to do. Silent Night, Deadly Night would be a fun one to do at some point. Your scenario for Halloween Kills wouldn't work. Laurie had no relation to Michael. He was led to her by the doc in one, doesn't bother and ends. Oh, well, no, I'm saying like at the end of Kills, she finds out that her daughter is dead. So she would be like, "I'm coming to get you." So I feel like she would go to him. I also there was also a much easier way to get them to each other in the 2018 movie. It was I should have known then how much they were going to ruin the next couple of movies by going such a weird asinine way to get them together. Hi, Rumham. Hello. Nicolas Cage is going to eat this roll up. Oh, I bet. Long legs. Definitely plan to. I really like to try to review a whole franchise and then do a full ranking. That's the thing is for Evil Dead, I actually had, I I've watched every Evil Dead movie on the channel. So I was like, this would be perfect to do an Evil Dead ranking. And I have watched Scream 1 and Scream 6 on the channel only, but obviously because I've seen 2, 3, and 4 and 5 a million times. Well, not 5, I don't like 5. But I was like, it just seems fitting Scream 6 had come out to do the Scream ranking. I filmed it like the day after I watched Scream 6. But yeah, I want to make sure like I've fully invested and rewatched like these franchises before I do a ranking. Wait, did I just miss a? No, I just did that. Taking my comment dice. Oh, y'all gonna fight? I swear I didn't. Ooh. Rankings could be fun though. For real. I like that. And that would be a nice like in between situation. I like when I'm at work on a break and I'm like, I should be editing. When I used to do the rankings and stuff, I actually would sit and like write out, like plan out my rankings in my notes and have little like mini reviews ready to go. Let me see. The new Halloween trilogy should have been planned in advance instead of being written as they went along. 1,000,000%. And again, I don't think we needed 3 movies. Y'all just messed about. Ooh, I skipped right. Speaking of the topic of Halloween Kills, it seemed like a ripoff of Halloween 2 and 4 mixed together with plot holes, dumber characters, and stupider moments. Agreed. Very much agreed. Yes, because they tried to have the whole like we're gonna go after Michael, evil dies tonight, and Halloween 4 did that so perfectly. And then, oh god, I just hated it. I just really didn't like it. I'll have to watch it again, maybe drunk or something, and try to just enjoy it. Because I thought even the flashbacks looked cool, but from a story perspective, again, there are things happening that don't pertain to anything else and don't matter. It's bad writing. Like the writing is really bad in Kills and Ends. Did you decide to do a direct sequel to Halloween 4? I've heard about this. With Daniel returning, I want Ellie and Wendy in that sequel. That would be great. Getting Wendy, even though she's not in 5 though. I mean, she's not in 4. So Wendy could be established as a friend who's been there this whole time, but she would not be a continuation of Tina from 5 because 5 would not have existed. Halle Berry got a new movie coming out called Never Let Go. I'm a little happy about it. I heard that her and Angelina Jolie are going to be like in a versus movie together. Sometimes I wish John Carpenter went through this idea of an anthology film. Well, he has like an anthology. Doesn't he have like an anthology show out now? Like the Suburbs, Murder Burbs, the Burbs, something. He has something out now, and I've seen a couple advertisements for it, but it looks not good, and I'm sad because I'm like he finally returned to directing, and it looks like it's just meh. Like I've heard nothing about it. You can rank your staff, your friends, your Patreon subscribers. That's what I'm going to do next, actually. Blockbuster video last. Lee agrees. All right, guys, gotta head out. Melissa, good night. I'm gonna head out too. I'm very hungry and my throat is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna head out in a minute too. Perfectly till they killed Ted Hollister. Oh yeah, that's true. It's Ted Hollister. You dumb son of a bitch. You said you saw Myers. Bye, Melissa. We appreciate you. Take care. My voice is, I'm starting to sound like I'm like, because it's too much of a strain for me to speak my normal volume. Would have made more sense how it ends was in space. Did you hear that Don Mancini said that Chucky will end up in space in a movie if the fans want it enough? And now that the show has gone to like the White House, I'm like, I would not be shocked if there was a season finale that saw him at NASA on a spaceship and then we got a freaking movie of Chucky in space. And I'm just done with it. Like, to have Chucky have a comeback in Curse that's like more of like a return to form and being scary, and then just to undo it all for the sake of this show that is supposedly just getting sillier and dumber and more uninteresting. I keep hearing the acting is not good. I keep hearing the writing is silly, that we're getting convoluted storylines again. And I'm like, we don't want that. People don't want that. Ugh, sorry. Anyway, it's okay at best. Which one? What's okay at best? Bye-bye, dude. Bye. Domicity needs to claim his calm his I have dyslexia, so I read stuff incorrectly. So I thought you said Damian said he needs to claim his tits. I thought that was true. He does, but he needs to calm them as well. They better not do that. That's what he said. That's what he put on the Instawebs. He's very indecisive on the entirety. Yeah, no, he needs to not have creative control, because when Bride of Chucky, he's written them all, of course, but Bride of Chucky worked because of the having different producers and director involved. Seed of Chucky bombed because Don Mancini had creative control and he directed it. Curse worked, but it would not have done well theatrically. So I'm glad it went straight to whatever. And it works for being a straight to video situation. It's still very cheap looking. He tries to do this like, he focuses on like the camera angle and making things look cool and not about actually doing what's right for the shot or the scene. So he's more about like, let's make it like super lit and there's snow and there's this and there's whatever, but he's not like, let's have a close up because it'll be scarier. Cult fun, but already on the wrong track of like, again, let's have cool shots and not have any substance. And then, yeah. And then the show immediately dove right back into like Seed of Chucky territory. I had fun with season 1 of Chucky, but I already heard season 2 was not good. And I heard season 3 is even worse. And I'm like, this is fantastic. The TV show is called Suburban Screams. It's not too good though. See, that's the thing. Like, why are you going to come back and give us like some shit show? Hello, behave. I'm having a late night here in Turkey. Oh my gosh, it's 4:30. Hello, I'm glad you jumped on. We had Jonathan on earlier from South Africa, and he's like, it's 2:30. I got to go to bed. I say Seed of Chucky is the best film in the franchise. Endlessly glad. Well, this is the thing. I used to hate Seed of Chucky. Seed of Chucky sat with Halloween Resurrection for me as being one of the worst movies ever made. And I was like, I just can't understand who would enjoy this movie. It is so bad. And where Halloween Resurrection, every time I've tried to watch it, it like gets worse and worse, where I can't even get more than like 20 minutes into the movie. Seed of Chucky went up with every viewing. And the last time I watched it was like a year or two ago. I think during COVID, actually, during like the quarantine lockdown. So like 3 years ago, I watched it and I was like, this movie's amazing. I'm like, it's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. I love it. It's like a American Pie movie with Chucky. So it's grown. It's moved up up the list for sure, for me, but it's still not good. It's so bad it's good because it's a different genre, you know, kind of situation, but it definitely is the death of the franchise. You can't deny that by having so many weird loose end. Tiffany is in Jennifer Tilly, the kids are in some other kids, and the something in the whatever, and the Chucky in the hand, and that there's so many loose ends and things to clean up that they do clean up in Curse and Cult for the most part, but it definitely killed the franchise theatrically. There was no way they could come back from that. I've not watched the Chucky series, but Space worked for Jason. It did work. They could do it right. It hasn't worked for almost anyone else. It did not work for Leprechaun. That movie's terrible. Most franchises that go to space die, but oh, I'm sorry, I skipped Prima Donna. A lot of people hate Seed of Chucky. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, see, no, I've learned to like it. I'm so sorry. I'm skipping through the comments again. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Wild Child's Play 3 hated because it's boring. I'm sorry. I'm part of the. This is what when I watched Child's Play 3 for the first time in a long time, maybe a year ago, because the 4Ks came out from Shout Factory. They're beautiful. I had not seen it since I was a kid, but one of my like childhood fears that was unlocked is being crushed, and it's because of the scene of the garbage compactor. Like, I'm afraid of garbage compactors, so it's because of that movie. Now I rewatched it and I was like, oh, I see what they did. Part 2 was so great. It's scary, it's creepy, it's shot well, it's written well, it's funny. And like part 2 for me, just everything lands in part 2. They were like, we have to just give him lots of one-liners and we'll just put him in like a crazy new environment. That's fine. I don't hate that they tried to do a new environment. It's whatever to have the movie come out 1 year later, but take place like, what is it, 7 years, 5 years, something like that. But they forgot that you have to also have a good director and good writing. And Chucky doesn't look good. The poster is one of the best posters. I love that poster with just his face and like the lip bleeding. But it looks like they rushed it. It is a rushed movie. It's a rushed production, and it looks rushed. And the movie itself is boring. Everyone is uninteresting. I was never in suspense. The editing is not great. So you're like, they show it's not good, in my opinion. I don't like 3. People don't like it. And I agree. I agree that people should not like it. I have to send James my address. You didn't already? I thought you did a while ago. Do it again. Message me on Instagram for your prize. I like Child's Play a lot now since I rewatched 2 and 3. I like it as a continuation, but I just overall, I'm like, it's such a chore for me to try to get through. So if I could just watch 1, 2, and Bride, I'm fine. I know in the back of my mind that he, shows up, goes to freaking the army camp and gets half his face chopped off. I don't need to know anything else. My gosh, I'm so behind again. Yes, people hate 3. It's boring. It's horribly boring. Hi, Mike. Oh, I'm handsome. See, I look younger when I'm clean shaven. Richard, hello. Good night, everyone. Yeah, I hope you stay healthy, Lee. Good luck with everything. Oh, my stomach just did something. Oh, okay. Only fun part of 3 is the barber. Yep. That was cute. Yeah, presto, you're dead. That was fun. Favorite Child's Play is probably Child's Play 2. Bride of Chucky is a close second. Yes, same. 2 and Bride, peak cinema. The first will always be iconic. I love when I love movies with chase sequences. And I love when movies have like the fake ending, like the false ending. If they do it well. I don't think Scream 4 did the false ending well. So that's not on my list. But like Poltergeist, it's this big epic climax, everything's done, and the family's like, oh, we're gonna move out, and then boom, you get a whole another third act you didn't know was coming. I feel like Child's Play does that, where it's this big build up and whatever, and he burns in the fire, and you're like, okay, cool. And we get like 10 more minutes of chase afterwards. He keeps coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. It's so great. So that's why I love the first one. Like the first one's still iconic for being, that. Goddamn women drivers. One of the best, but this is again, the music, the directing, the writing, the editing was on point in part 2, because when she is what is it? She's like beeping at him and he's in the back of the thing and he just goes cackling. Me at 10 years old was dying, or 8 years old, or 5 years old, whatever, however old I was losing my mind. I thought it was so funny. They tried to do humor like that in 3 and it just didn't land, because they didn't have someone behind the camera who like knew how to do that properly or cared enough to put the effort in my opinion. It's the law of horror sequels. Each one gets less budget and polish. Yeah, that's true, unfortunately, unless you're Scream. Helps that's the father from Hellraiser. Oh my gosh, you are right. That is the father from Hellraiser. Oh no, this is empty. Oh, this Gatorade's gonna burn my throat. I got Gatorades. 0 sugar. Ow, and this is opening again. I'm dying. Because I was like, I'm feeling under the weather. I should have electrolytes, but it burns my throat. Disagree. The deaths in 3 are interesting, satisfying, clever. All the deaths in 2 are some of the worst in slasher history. Can't agree with you. I think the deaths in 2 match the tone of 2. The deaths in 3 match the tone of 3, but again, 3 is unpolished and uninteresting. So in my opinion, Pogo and I, Fluorescent and I, Pogo is fluorescent, Pogo, hi, the whole world, Pogo, the fluorescent, yeah, you got it. We usually don't agree. It's very seldom that we agree on a movie, which I love. I'm happy someone enjoys it and it wasn't a waste because you love it, period. I always forget Child's Play 3 and even I kind of do too, except for the poster. It's weird because when you say Child's Play, I go right to 2 and Bride, but the poster for 3 sticks out in my mind. Andy and Kyle for the win. Hell yeah. Cinema. Thank you, Kenneth. Okay. Listen, everyone. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I wanted to chat about. Oh gosh, I put it in my notes. We didn't get to. This live is called "What's New" because I was going to talk about like new things, and we didn't. That's fine. So March is all about new movie reactions, like new movies. And thank you for In a Violent Nature. I think Jonathan, he went to sleep, but he had mentioned that, so that might be a thing. I already mentioned if you want a prize, they're going out this week. Oh, we already kind of talked about new movies that were coming out. We talked about that earlier. We did all the things, and then I mentioned Vegas. We covered every topic, you guys. Thank you for waiting for me since I've been MIA for so long. If you didn't hear this before, I'm going to take 2 breaks a year. I'm saying this now. We'll see if it actually happens. Last year, I took a break in August to catch up on reactions and not get overwhelmed. And it made for a very, very, very good September, October, November, and December. I want that to happen again. So I'll be taking August off. That way I'll do a bunch of reactions all the way up until August. And August we'll still do lives. And maybe I'll do some rankings. Like I'll do other things. Now we talk about rankings. In January, I think I need to do that again because this January I was pumping out reactions and they're not getting any traction. And I know you guys are enjoying them and I enjoy filming them and you enjoy watching them, but YouTube needs to be a place where it gets more people to the channel so we can have more of these things, So, and Nick Says Boo says this a lot and I'm glad he does. He's very honest. Is sometimes we have to do reactions to get people to the channel more than doing reactions of stuff we actually want to watch. So March, I think, is going to be me doing like my back to basics of let's give the people what they want. So I'm going to give you guys reactions because you're voting for them. But the category is new. The category is newness. We're duck walking into 2024 with new movies. So thank you, everyone. I was going to say, I've been Shut Up James. This is not a reaction. I don't need to say that. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you so much for jumping on. A series would help. The thing is, I'm working on trying to do a show and I want to do a test run because I need to see logistically how a show works out because that's so much more time. I wouldn't want to post the show until I finished watching the show because I know me and I probably would, watch a couple episodes, post them, and then get distracted and not get to finish. And then biggest failure of my life, get some asses in the seats. Thank you. That's what I got to do. Do the views, comments, and Patreon transfer? What? Oh, do the views and comments and Patreon transfer? No. So if you comment on the post of the video, in Patreon, it stays on Patreon. But if you click on the video and it brings you to the exclusive link that's on YouTube, because it's like a locked link, that's how you do the Patreon thing. Then it does put it on YouTube, if that makes sense. Ow. Did you hear that? I need to go eat some food. I'm sure Moses is hungry. I'm hungry. We're hungry. Tyler's probably hungry. But thank you all very much. I really appreciate you all for jumping on last minute because I was like, maybe I shouldn't because my throat hurts and it's a Monday. Who cares? No one's around. This has been fantastic. I will be back again in roughly a week. We'll go back to our weekly lives. I love these. If you think of any new fun movies that I should watch, let me know in the comments. Leave already. Thank you, Esteban. I got to go. Yeah, go. There's links down below. Use the links that are down below. I love you guys. I'm leaving right now. Goodbye. Bye.